Welcome to another episode of Sparkcast. This is Sean and
Charlie.
And Thomas.
And today we have a wonderful book treat for you. This is called Transformers, the Fantasy, the Fun Future. It is an unofficial Transformers book made in 2006 before the live-action movie to try to get some money off of young kids who don't know any better. I want to see what your thoughts are just looking at the cover.
Well, you said it's unofficial. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, it kind of looks professional. I mean, I guess we'll have to go a little bit further.
What do you notice about the cover?
This looks like old Japanese art for the series. Like it.
Well, you see
legit,
Bumblebee, Starscream, and Jazz on the cover, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just make sure we're looking at the right thing. Well, they're all standing in a different way against a blue background, as if they're just copy and pasted from other sources illegally and put on the cover of this book.
Well, they do
and
that
used
with
without
all graphic
permission.
design. They take things and just okay. Well, they don't have anything in the background, but you do copy and paste things. I see things repeated in especially kids' books all the time. Like,
yeah, it's just so. Why don't you make a cool cover? Like, you can't even steal just like the cover from one of the comics or the.
What are you talking
art.
about? This is cool. It has Starscream on the front of it.
Oh my
god!
God.
How many other Transformers books are there with Starscream on the cover?
You know, I wish we had a graphic artist or somebody to look at this to just tell you just how trash it is from a composition, from an angle. Like, everything is just horrible.
I used to be a graphic designer. I think this is okay, except for I don't know about well, I guess the character can run off the book, but that's a little weird. Just the cut off edge right there.
And also, you'll notice the Transformer logo is silver, as if they're trying to make it not red so that they don't get attacked by Hasbro for using their trademark.
Oh, that looks too narrow. Is that like in the right proportions? That's one thing I did notice.
Maybe.
Yeah, when I look at it, it does look narrow.
It's like
it just looks off.
Yeah, doesn't look quite right.
Yeah. So we open up this book and you see a list of contents, but this is how the book introduces you. Two mighty forces locked in a centuries-old battle for resources, for planets, for the victory of good over evil. It's a story of machines versus machines, and no matter what form they take, as animals, beast wars and machines, as vehicles, Autobots and Decepticon cars and planes. Okay. I'm pretty sure that should have read Autobot cars and Decepticon planes.
You forgot
but whatever.
The little part about Triumph Books, the company that produced this. It says this book is not sponsored, endorsed by, or otherwise affiliated with Hasbro Incorporated, Takara, or any of the companies here. This is warning.
If I zoom in, it actually takes a second, then I can read it.
Logo Transformers and all names, characters, trademarks, and logos identifying the Transformers are protected by trademark rights, copyright, design rights, and other rights owned by Hasbro or Hasbro's licensors, licensees, suppliers, and accounts. All rights reserved. Images courtesy of Idea and Design Works, LLC, Dreamwave Productions, Steve Stone, and Toy Fair Magazine, Wizard Entertainment, MasterCollector.com.
Oh my God.
Look at all the stuff. Okay.
And Wizard Entertainment. That's hilarious. Okay, that's probably why everything is Dreamwave in here, because Dreamwave doesn't exist anymore, so they probably thought they could get away with using all the Dreamwave art. Because Dreamwave went under.
When did it go under?
Probably around 2004, I think, or 2005. But I know that it
came out in 2006, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
So they probably, I know they say Dreamwave, but Dreamwave wasn't around anymore. I mean, all their comics had stopped production at that point. And it's just funny seeing Wizard Entertainment, just because I used to intern there. So I'm kind of wondering what in here is from Wizard.
Cool.
Like, yeah. So anyway, back to my description of the unofficial Transformers lore. They are also As familiar machines like Transformers alternators, they are locked in a constant struggle, from action figures that converted from machine to robot, to successful TV series, to comic books and a new movie that is due out in 2007. The Transformers line has become a franchise, and it's one that's still growing. We'll take a look at the new movie, including its stars, rumored plot, and other details. We'll discuss how Transformers started, how they've evolved, the different lines, and spin-off cartoons and TV series. We're going to Cybertron and back. Are you ready? Buckle up. It's going to be one wild ride.
Oh my God.
We don't have to read the movie part. I just wanted to show you how they talk about G1 here.
Transformer times.
I mean,
Okay.
the way that they describe the movie info they're going to offer up, it just seems like they are really just scraping the bottom of the barrel just to look for something.
Oh, yeah. Like, look at that first page. It's almost like padding. It's this cool art of Optimus pointing to the sky as all these Autobots fly out under his command up in the sky. And then it has, yeah, I think this part is all the G1 Transformers that they know are going to be in the movie with their G1 descriptions. So you already know about them before you watch the movie.
This way, yeah, I need that. Yeah.
Oh my God. It says, what about the Transformers co-stars? Aside from online chat, confirmation has been scarce. Oh, okay. Rumor has it the Fighting for Good Autobots and Dastardly Decepticons are on board. I'm like, okay. I kind of want to read this whole thing because it just sounds kind of ridiculous.
Optimus Prime.
It's like classes in session.
His love for humanity. I guess that's true. We don't know him for his transformation to a semi-truck, the all-American, however many wheels, 18 wheels. But no, we know him for his love for humanity.
All their quotes are called yearbook quote.
Yearbook quote. That's nice. Size doesn't matter.
Do you want to read?
There.
So, how does it describe Optimus, Charlie? Read us how it describes Optimus Prime.
Okay. Known for his love for humanity. Yearbook quote. Autobots transform and roll out. Okay. I think we heard that one too many times. Come on. Autobot leader is widely regarded as the most famous Transformer, and with good reason. Kind, generous, and intelligent. There's nothing Optimus Prime won't do to save Earth and its inhabitants.
And then on the next page, we got the Bumblebee in a completely different art style.
Known for being an underdog, loving humans, trying to impress. Yearbook quote, size doesn't matter. On the first two seasons of the Transformers TV show, 1984 to 1984, why even mention the length of time? It ran for, the first two seasons ran over a whole year. Okay. And let's see. Bumblebee and Spike had numerous adventures that took them back to Cybertron, to prehistoric Dinobot Island and other locales. Fans found that he was Dinobot Island.
I don't think that ever happened.
Locales?
That was from Transformers Animated. Did that exist yet?
Yeah, that's what they're talking about.
Well, they're talking about 1984. They're talking about the seasons of G1.
Fans found that he was hard to brainwash, leading it up to him to save his friends from the tricky Decepticons, eager to please and always ready to reach out to humans. But in the first Transformers movie, Bumblebee and his cohort Spike were eaten by Unicron while still in a ship, but were saved by Spike's son, Daniel. Oh, I forgot Spike grew up. Wait a second. What?
Yeah, he grew up in the movie. Time jump.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did forget about that. Okay.
I forgot about that. I didn't know.
Back before time jumps in anime were cool, Yeah.
This time around, he'll be the top Autobot scout. Scout. That's the toy transforming car right there. That actually looks pretty sweet, but
there's a little sidebar. It just describes the alternator line, which were Transformers in Japan that actually transformed into actual cars that existed. Optimus transformed into a Dodge Ram
Dodge
SRT
Ram,
pickup truck. Oh yeah, buddy.
Oh man.
You want to read these cool Autobots on the next page?
Okay,
Or-
Thomas, you gotta read some of them.
Oh, you said me. You cut out
Well,
for a
I-
second.
I could do it since Starscream's on the next page, so I can read this one if you want.
Yeah,
Okay.
do that.
Okay, so the first one on the next page is Ironhide and Jazz. Ironhide is known for quick to fight, Mr. Tough Guy, and his yearbook quote is Optimus and I go way back. Heroes fall hard, and such was Ironside's fate in the first film. Ironside? I was like, no, this isn't Michael Ironside. I thought I was inventing that as, and I'm like, no, that was a typo. Okay, that wasn't me.
Yeah, it says Ironside.
It's Ironhide, right? Ironhide, not Ironside.
Basically saying he died in the movie. Will he survive round 2 with Megatron in the new film? Okay, thanks. Jazz is known for his sense of style. Yearbook quote, stay cool and look cool. He's head of operations, but often gives the most dangerous assignments to himself, and that, more than anything, describes Jazz's cool, calm, and collected manner. He's able to blend in most situations and never gives... I don't even want to care to look at that sentence structure again. I'm not here for grammar editing. That's my job in real life. And then Ratchet is here with a giant quote over him that says, I brought the Band-Aids. Oh, and that's his yearbook quote, so now I don't have to say that. This whole page is clearly the Dreamwave Autobot Ratchet design. Known for expertise in medicine and science. Every army needs a medic, and lucky for the Transformers, Ratchet fits the bill. Ratchet is in the original series, turns into an ambulance. Ratchet is known for his courage and his loyalty. Is that a comma instead of a... Yes, it is a comma instead of a period. Okay, stop. Okay, go on, hurry. Go to the next... Quick, read Megatron before I start editing all over this thing.
Decepticon High. Megatron. His love of Darwinism and competition. His hatred of humans. That's what he's known for. His yearbook quote, show no mercy. One of the world's best known villains, and with the ability in different versions to morph into a gun and a tank. It's no stretch of the imagination why. Strong, ruthless, with a love for fighting, Megatron has been known to fire electrical blasts from his hands and laser blasts from his eyes.
Yeah, there's a comma where that period should be, and there's a period where the comma should have been. Sorry, continue. All right.
He can change
We're done. I'm
sides,
done.
remains rational in battle, is determined to win. Come on. And with little to no known weaknesses, he's sure to give the Autobots a run for their money in the new movie. Oh my God.
This
This
has
book
nothing
is
to
to
do
be
with the
like, oh
movie.
my God, there's a movie coming out. Buy this.
Yeah. So what does it say about Starscream? Sorry, he's got such a short description.
All right. Oh, wow. Because I haven't zoomed in a bit, so I had to move over. I was just looking at a pair of legs, but it said Barricade. I was like, where's Starscream? Is this some other name? And
Yeah.
I keep scrolling, and then here's little tiny Starscream in the corner, like this Barricade guy I've never heard of has prime real estate, and then they just like, oh, we forgot Starscream. Let's just paste them here. There's some space.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, they're clearly just like I even have that comic book cover where Starscream is on the cover like that, looking up at the reader, and then Barricade is clearly the inside of a comic because he's not fully painted.
Wow. And then it even gets worse because his text, his little blurb is one sentence. One sentence. Everybody else got a little bit of something. He has one sentence.
I feel like people don't actually who make these books, they don't actually watch or care about the Transformers because they've downplayed Starscream in all of these. In the mini book, like he didn't even get a decent quote. It was like, "You're Starscream, just a picture."
Well, the previous book, the mini book that you're talking about,
There were no
like,
typos in that mini book.
well, they were aware of Starscream at the very least. They just didn't like him, so they gave him that terrible quote. These guys, the way that this is laid out is like, here's another character, here is another plane.
Yeah,
The memorable Decepticons, I'd say Starscream is more memorable than Megatron. Even like, he's the simpering, screaming little
guy you want to get murdered. No, okay.
Of the Decepticons that you just hate him, but you love him at the same time. You can't have the show without him. He's just
Ratchet has a whole large page to himself.
Yeah.
And who the hell is Barricade? I don't even. I never
I
seen
never
That's
heard
why
of
you're reading this
Barricade.
book, to find out, so you can get ready for the movie.
Yeah.
All right. Starscream, known for being reserved, calculating, and competitive. Your book quote: "Time makes all things possible. I can wait." That's not how he would ever say. He would never say anything like that.
He actually did. That's actually
No.
taken, I think, from the first 3 episodes.
I have
Oh my
heard that
God.
quote before.
I think the
but
guy who wrote this watched
that.
like 3 episodes, then like 5
Yeah.
random episodes of the TV series.
What was the context of him saying that? That is
I remember that, but that's totally not in character. That's
so I remember us talking about the first episodes, and it seemed like they didn't really have all the characters. Their personalities weren't like set in stone just
they
yet.
weren't
Like
fleshed out yet.
they were still trying
Yeah.
to figure them out. So maybe that's
He
where
was
that
talking to
comes from.
Megatron about how he wants to be a leader and replace him. Like, he wasn't actively trying to overthrow him, it seemed like, yet. He was just saying, "Oh yeah, I'm better than you and I can do all this." And he's like, "Yeah, get real." And that was his response to Megatron at one point, I think.
Oh my God. All right. Brought to Earth by Megatron, Starscream's rebelliousness can be problematic, and he loved the one of Megatron, but his ambition is legendary.
Apostrophe
That's
dash.
a weird sentence.
Yeah.
That's like
He's
even the actual like context of it, like
brought to Earth by Megatron. I'm like, okay, aren't all of these guys coming to Earth? Okay. So what about Barricade, this guy you don't know about? We can learn about him now.
we have to.
Yeah.
Well, he's known for excellent hunting skills. Consider yourself warned. Yearbook quote. Okay. You've been warned about Barricade. Barricade's
Right.
goal is to serve and protect. Okay. His anger, that is, serve and protect his anger. Okay. Scouring Earth for Autobots. Wow. That was
So watch
extremely
out. Yeah.
generic.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I
who
wrote this line
Barricade
from
is,
what I
so-
saw in the trailer. Sorry.
I mean,
What were you
don't
saying?
all the Decepticons have excellent hunting skills and say stuff like "consider yourself warned"? And aren't they all scouring for Autobots?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just okay. I don't know who this guy is. He's got cool shades though. The shades are pretty good. Those are cool.
And this other one for Decepticon High has Bone Crusher, Frenzy, and Blackout in one page. And oh my god, Blackout is just the toy art from the 80s. Whereas Bone Crusher and Frenzy are clearly the Dreamwave art put back on here again.
Yeah, that Blackout thing looked like it was cut out from like a box. You know how you I used to like cut things off of boxes, but yeah, that's
So
what it looks
I'll
like.
start with who we know. Frenzy, known for small size, spine ability. Your book quote, "I'm watching you." Frenzy is ready to rock out, and he's using his small stature to go deep undercover. That doesn't help me understand what he does. And why did you use the black and yellow picture of him? Isn't he supposed to be? Maybe that is his color. I don't care right now. I'm not okay. And then Bone Crusher is one of the Constructicons. Inability to get along with others unless you're talking Megatron. But quote, "As you wish, master." Bone Crusher is bold in battle, but he is boldest when following Megatron's orders. Known to be subservient, Bone Crusher is similar in design to a Constructicon. Isn't
Decepticon.
he? Is a Constructicon. How can he be similar to a Constructicon? Right?
Is he a Constructicon?
Yeah, he's got the green coloring. Oh my god, this thing is making me question everything I know. So I don't actually know who Blackout is. Like, it says, known for strength in battle, massive size. Yearbook quote, "Now hear this. Guard your iPod. Blackout can destroy electronic equipment, and he's ready to cripple the Autobot army." Now, did Bone Crusher and Blackout ever show up in the actual live-action movie?
Yes.
Because I know Barricade is the police car, but where did Bone Crusher and Blackout appear in the movie? Did I just forget so much of that live-action movie?
I have also forgotten most of it, but
I mean, I'll have to watch it again because it's the only one I don't have on Bluray, so I do need to buy it
fortunately,
at
I
some
have
point.
the wiki up for Bone Crusher, and I definitely seen. I'm looking at screenshots of him in the movie
Oh,
driving on
really?
the highway. He was what is he
For 2?
in the first one?
They use he looks like he's got thrust driving him. It's really hard to figure out if they use the correct picture or not for him. I'm just like, I don't.
It's when they were chasing after, I guess, the human allies who had the Allspark in their possession. So it was him. It was Bone Crusher, Barricade, and Devastator chasing after some humans.
Okay. Oh, no wonder. Blackout's a
on the
Generation
highway.
2 Decepticon. He's a It shows him as a Micromaster. No wonder I don't even recognize his name. Okay, so I guess they weren't memorable in the film because I don't even remember them being in it.
Yeah, they weren't. So I don't know why they get he gets 2 sentences and Starscream gets 1.
So Charlie, you want to finish off the Decepticons with our boys over here?
We've got Brawl, always ready to fight. Yearbook quote, "You looking at me? Brawl isn't just fierce, he's strong, known for his heavy-duty lifting abilities. He's one Decepticon you don't want to mess with."
All right, cool.
Yeah. At least that name sounds kind of familiar. I guess Brawl sounds like
I think
he'd be in the scrap somewhere.
I think he's one of the Combaticons, if I recall. I can't really remember because I don't remember because I've read him in the comics, but he's just a normal. They don't form in the comics from what I've been reading, or they did, and I already forgot.
You're gonna have to help me with this next one, Scorponok.
Yeah, you said it correctly.
Or honestly, when I saw it though, I thought Scorponok. I thought it was like something that wasn't entirely translated from Japanese. Like it should have been Scorpion in English, but they had the art in a Japanese book, so they just
Scorpion can't be copyrighted, so you have to make up words to add to the beginning or end of it, so that you can then copyright it, and now it's yours.
Scorponok. Ability to blend into his environment. Yearbook quote, "Get out of my way or feel my sting." Okay, they actually have revealed an ability. Now I have one character where I know what his cool armor does. Like none of these other guys.
Well,
I don't know
his
the
ability.
others do.
Yeah, it's his ability in the live action movie, but not in the actual comics. Feels like he just got that from the trailer and put it on there. Because Scorponok's actually memorable from the first film because he's this giant scorpion that tunnels into the sands in the desert.
Scorponok, relenting, ruthless, and deadly. No one is safe from Scorponok. After all, he's part robot, part animal, and all mean machine.
I feel like I'm listening to Thomas roll his eyes right now.
I thought of Robotnik's bean machine whenever they were talking about all that. Robot, mean beans. Robotnik.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a description of all those awesome Transformers that are going to show up on the film. So does that help you figure out who they are?
Yes.
Absolutely. I will never forget it.
I will watch that movie again and look for all of these amazing characters to appear. Actually, I'll take this book to the movie theater with me so I can make sure I can identify positively that I'm looking at.
Then you can complain about how he's not yellow like he is in the book. Yeah.
And wait a minute, how come this one turns into a Pontiac Grand Prix and this other one turns into like a Charger, a Dodge Charger?
So the next section is called Transformer Classics, and it actually goes over some of the figures after the giant intro double-page spread of Optimus fighting Megatron from Dreamwave comic cover. It just has the original. That's not the original Optimus. This is a Optimus Prime figure, and then it has a brief sidebar conversation about who Takara is, and then it has another Optimus picture to pad out the book, I guess, with a different Optimus figure than the one they showed on the previous page. And then the next one is just an advertisement for BotCon. But it does say the figures are going to have more detailed faces and bodies, making them look more like the characters seen on the original TV show and animated movie for the new figures coming out soon, I guess. But anyway.
Optimus, his neck looks weird.
Yeah. Oh, the first Optimus is a classics line, I guess. And this new one is coming soon. He's holding Megatron in his hand. Oh my god, I just realized.
Oh wow.
What?
Why is it he was tiny?
That must be that figure from Sorry, go ahead.
Are the lights on Optimus's truck chest there, like in the middle on some pictures, and then on the outside on other pictures. He's got like these 3 distracting lights shining on the Transformer Classics
Oh
page.
yeah, and the
And
drawing.
then,
Yeah,
if you look at them in the other forms, other iterations, they're just
yeah. Some of them
4
are
lights
just like on the outside near the shoulders, but then this other picture has there's a whole set of lights all the way across his chest.
Yeah.
That's
And
With
then
3 blinding ones right in the middle.
so what do you think of the page after that, after the advertisement? What do we got here?
Did you know Takara Toys also made, what is this? Bowling gal? Hold on, I need to zoom in.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what it says. It says
Bowlingual? Bowlingual?
Bowlingual, a device that says it can translate a dog's barking into the human language. Seriously. That's what it says.
I actually heard about that recently for an app on your phone for dogs and cats, I thought.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, I don't know why they're talking about action figures and they waste a whole page of art with Galvatron. Like, I thought this was the figures. And it's just Megatron becoming Galvatron, but no figure. Why are you saying this is the figure section and you waste a whole page?
To talk about this dog translator.
That sounds almost Japanese. Bowlingual.
I'm confused. Is this Jetfire or is this a white Astro chain? Because this figure turns into a space shuttle and a train. So I think this is Astro Train. But it doesn't tell us. Instead, it just says they're taking toys to a whole new level. Okay. It just has a brief sentence about, and then the Transformers were born from these 2 companies. Bam! And then the next page is just a Transformers checklist of Generation 2 Transformers.
Is this art like Beast Wars?
Oh, yeah, it is. That doesn't even go with the checklist.
Well, I guess it's what, Beast Wars Neo?
That's from the Beast Wars comic series, which was god awful. Like,
Oh, really? There was a Beast Wars?
Yeah, they made a miniseries in Dreamwave before it went under.
And it was based off of the Japanese Beast Wars, or was it its own like thing?
Oh, at that time I didn't know Japanese Beast Wars, but I could tell these new characters were probably borrowed from it. They were continuing after Beast Wars had ended, if I recall, because I remember someone brings Ravage back from the dead somehow, and I'm like, thanks. And then I just was like, I don't know what's going on. They just started introducing like 20 characters, and all of them were colored the same shade, so I could never like see what the actual fuck was going on when I would read it. So it was just like, it was a mess. I could never understand what was happening because of the coloring, and then I didn't care about any of the characters because they introduced like a million of them all at once, as if I was supposed to know what was going on. And I'm just like, sure, whatever. And I just kind of tuned out while I was reading it, and I didn't even know what I was reading anymore. I'm gonna have to read it again now that I've actually seen Beast Wars from Japan. But it was terrible, I thought. But that was a problem with some of the Dreamwave comics. It's like the coloring just nothing stood out, so everything just kind of meshes together, and you're just kind of like, what's going on now? Let me focus a little bit so I can see what's happening, like in that picture up there with all the chaos.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit of that right now.
And then they're like, Hasbro announced these things, because if you don't have the internet, you won't know. You'll find it only from this book. And now here's a G1 Grimlock. Yeah. Wait, it calls them Beast Machines. Beast Machines were the next stage of Beast Wars, but it shows Grimlock.
And they're definitely referring to Beast Machines, like just normal, regular Beast Machines. So,
And they're talking about Maximals and Vehicons and about how they were enslaved in Beast Machines.
yes,
But they're not.
This is one of the many times it's done this, where it's like, here's text about one thing, but the image is something completely different context.
Then we got a whole picture of a Bumblebee figure from whatever, don't care. And then we have Trickster Decepticons that looks like, oh my god, it is. Yeah, this is actually cool though. Megatron that turns into a Nerf gun. This one actually, if I was a kid, this would have been really cool.
Oh my god, it's funny.
Do you see the image of that? Look at that Nerf gun he turns into, man.
The barrel on that thing is so big with that little tiny handle, and it has a scope.
Wait, he's referencing the movie. This one says Tricksters, Decepticons, and just describes the Decepticons. It's like, hey, remember when Starscream attempted to overthrow a weakened Megatron in 2005? It's referring to the year the movie took place, which was 2005.
Did anybody notice that the Bumblebee figures Kari turns into has like a little wave runner being towed behind it.
What? Yeah, I was like, wait, what is that?
Look at the picture. Like it's like you also get a wave runner.
Well, that was what did you guys think of that section on action figures?
Oh.
Was that it? Was pages of randomness?
You could have just, you know
Oh,
what?
I'm
I
sorry,
would've
10
been
pages of
really
randomness.
excited to see if they just had a bunch of random old action figures and they just threw them in like a big pile on the page or something, so I could like look at a whole bunch of them. But yeah, these ones that they've chosen are kind of the most are boring. But
Yeah, except that Nerf gun.
yeah, that's kind of cool. There's this one that has like I don't even know which one that is. It turns into like some kind of construction machinery. I don't know if I'd want that or not if I was a kid. It just
Are you talking about the one that turns into the spacecraft too?
oh, the one that's like blue.
Oh, that's in
and
the
brown.
advertisement though. So
Yeah.
oh, that's
That
Dinobot
one-
from Beast Wars.
No. Up top, like where it says BotCon Generations, there's
Yeah, that red one. It shows the figure, then has a little triangle where it's
Yeah.
his face once he's transformed.
right above it. There's like a little brown and blue construction machine. That
Yeah,
turns into.
that's weird.
I'm looking at it like I don't know if I want to play with that or not. Like it just looks kind of like it's a mess, kind of. But
So the next section is called Cage Match and says, what if the Generation 1 Transformers faced off against their ancient Beast Wars counterparts? We picked a group of our favorites. Does this excite you, Thomas? Does this sound awesome?
I mean, it's definitely the first part of this book that's kind of like, let me see what they're actually going to do here. It's like really got me interested.
Okay. Let's start with Good then. You want to read that page with Jazz from the cover in the same position?
Good. Beast Wars Maximal advantages. The Beast Wars Maximal / Autobot team is strong. Rat Trap is good with all kinds of weaponry, especially explosives.
hey, Rat Trap weapon tree.
Yeah.
But he is sneaky by nature and would rather go on a Predacon information raid. Cheetor is fast and quick to strike. He is, however, young and impulsive. That doesn't seem like it's far off from the rest of the Autobots, just G1. Also known for his demolition skills, note he is sporting a missile. Bone Crusher is a fighting machine and in battle seems almost unstoppable. Bone Crusher is an Autobot? I thought he was a Decepticon. Yeah, he's what, and they list him in the checklist as a Constructicon.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh, was there an editor for this?
Is there a Bone Crusher Maximal? Like,
Hold on. I gotta go back up to the first page. All right. Written by Aaron Barrington. I don't see edited by or anything. So, I mean,
yeah, I think she was on her own, and I did look up some of her stuff. So it seems like.
Oh, really? Oh, God, I forgot to do that. Wow, I'm awful.
I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm like, I thought there was gonna be pictures of this face off, but yeah, there's
No, that would require new art, man.
Like,
We're trying to save money to make money.
Right? Am I supposed to use my imagination with these teams they made of not really the real? Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on here too. I guess the G1 Autobots are fighting the G1 Maximals, and it's like if they were like the appropriate size, who would win?
It seems like they're teaming up. At first, I thought it was going to be like what you thought, where it was going to be like, okay, is G1 better than Beast Wars? But then it seems like it's a mix of picks from both Maximals and the G1 Autobots, and they're going to make a team, and they're going to go against the Decepticon team.
Okay, yeah, they're picking 3 from each one. I see that now at the bottom. They're like, each army needs a medic, and Ratchet fits the bill for G1.
Bone Crusher, because you can see on the team they have.
Oh my god, he's even on the team. Yeah. But back to these sentences, they said Ratchet, as a result, he's not into battle as the others, but he's known to fight. Jazz is Mr. Cool, and though he's often in charge of planning and executing missions, he isn't afraid to get his hands dirty. Quiet and loyal, Prowl ensures missions go smoothly, which makes him a huge help in battle.
All right, I have to apologize. There apparently is a Bone Crusher Maximal.
just confused the hell
How
out
did
of
we
me.
forget
Why?
he existed?
He wasn't in the show. This isn't from the show. I don't know what this is
Oh,
from.
okay.
I don't
But
know if this is in the
why
comic or what, but
mention?
there is a toy. He's a buffalo.
Oh, I guess. But that's
Wait a
what that's
minute.
what I figured. They just made a gaffe and decided to mention another Bone Crusher. But like, why would you do that? You just introduced another stupid character named Bone Crusher, who's
Yeah,
Yeah.
they seem to
not
be
a
talking
big
about like the
character.
TV show and the movie and stuff like that. I don't know what this is sourced from, but this is definitely a
Oh
break
my God,
from.
Bone Crusher is the guy from the show I watched, the Japanese one that was finally fan translated, Beast Wars 2.
Okay, all right.
They
So
can't
he was
just
never on the
introduce.
actual. How'd they even get this information?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I want to know. It's like, why would they even do that? Like,
They can't introduce two characters with the same names from different series so that we get all confused. Like we're looking back.
yeah, that could have been.
If
They
you're
could have picked
if you were a
anybody else.
kid,
Why did they have to pick
yeah,
this guy?
yeah, I was like, where did he wasn't on the show? Were you just looking at figures and grabbing
yeah.
random figures instead of watching the show? I'm so confused about this now.
And it's like if you're a kid and you're trying to read this, you'll probably flip back to that page to like look at Bone Crusher, and you'll be like, well, how is he in Beast Wars? He's not like an animal. He's a just a regular Destructicon or whatever. It's just like, why would they do that? It's just so confusing.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is their team. They decide.
So yeah, so their
Cheetor,
team,
and
yeah,
Brush.
it's
and
Rat
Bone
Trap,
Crusher,
Cheater, and Bone Crusher working together with Jazz, Prowl, and Ratchet, which is a really odd thing. You think you would want to get like Optimus and Jetfire
Or
and
Dinobot.
Grimlock. That would like the powerhouses you would want to get in there. So let's see what they choose for. Charlie, you want to read the Beast Wars for Evil and the G1 Decepticons over here?
G1 Decepticons. Let me see. Beast Wars for Evil. Gotta move
Probably
my-
evil.
Sorry, I'm zooming out. Probably evil. What's with the probably? They're not definitely evil. They're probably evil. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Well, anybody can change. We have to remember this. Okay. Probably evil. Beast Wars, Predacon, advantages. Okay. The Predacon team is nothing to laugh at. I guess we weren't supposed to be laughing there. However, Arachnia, a former Maximal, knows the Maximal strengths and weaknesses. Rampage's mighty tank-like power can be a physical threat, but the former Maximal is unstable and sadistic. Razorclaw is an undetectable underwater attacker. If threats come from land or by sea, they're covered. Okay. E1 Decepticon advantages. Don't discount the Decepticons. Skywarp is often said to be one of the most sneaky and cunning Decepticons, making him a real threat. Starscream is the Decepticon's fastest flyer, but he can also be gun-shy about taking risks. Thundercracker, on the other hand, is also airborne, but is a daredevil. See, I don't even know who Thundercracker is, or do I? I don't know.
That's their pick, Thomas, for G1 is Skywarp, Starscream, and Thundercracker, teaming up with Black Arachnia, Rampage, and Razorclaw. Even though they didn't mention Rampage in the description this time.
Rampage's, it did say Rampage's mighty tank-like power can be a physical threat. The former Maximal is unstable and sadistic. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought, yeah, Rampage is that insect-like guy.
He basically turned into a tank.
I was getting confused because there is one in G1 also.
Yeah, and this team, the Decepticon team, would crush the Maximal team or the Autobot team because Rampage himself took a bunch of the Maximals. He could go against a bunch of them, and Black Arachnia is no pushover. Razorclaw, I don't know. He looks like Rampage, and then they get 3 flyers, one of which is Starscream.
Razorclaw is the crab Predacon.
Yeah,
who is only in the toys and not the series.
He's in the comics as well. But yeah, he's like some crab thing. I mean, Rampage kind of had like crab-like features, so it's kind of weird.
Oh, who's it say is going to win this amazing battle The Beast Wars and the Autobots are going to crush your Starscream, Thomas. They have a strategic plan because of Jazz, followed through because of Prowl, and solid fighters with Cheetor and Bone Crusher. And if anyone gets hurt, they got Ratchet. I think that's how that works. He heals them after the battle. And he says the Decepticon Predacon team is not that strong.
Wow.
Their resources are weak. Rampage's unstable emotional state and Starscream's hesitation in battle are easily overcome.
Hesitation in battle? What?
Yeah. And they say you can't trust Black Naractia because she plays both sides, and that's it.
So basically, they're saying the Autobots will win because the Decepticons won't fight. They'll be too distracted or too emotional to do anything. That's terrible.
It was just another picture on the left. We got a quick summary of what Beast Wars, the toys and show are, and also a did you know about Bob Forward, who helped write some of this stuff.
One of the Beast Wars story editors and writers also penned several episodes of the X-Files and previously wrote for the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Wow,
also,
that's golden. That's golden writing prowess there.
From Mario to Transformers to...
Well, no, he wrote tons of Ninja Turtles. This is the guy that's on a lot of the Ninja Turtle episodes too, I think.
Okay.
I feel like I've heard this name. So
I've heard the name before.
He's also written some of the original Transformers episodes, but I don't think many of them. I can't remember. I thought he did. I don't know. I have to look back, but I'm pretty sure he does a lot of the first 3 seasons of Ninja Turtles.
Apparently,
the
Gillian Anderson has a daughter named Piper Maru.
Yeah, and we can skip the next pages because it just is basically pictures of all the actors that are now going to be in the next Transformers movie, like Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox, John Voight, and all these other people I've never heard of before. I guess John Turturro, if I'd seen more movies with him in it, I would know.
You've definitely seen Anthony Anderson.
No, I haven't. I never saw him until that movie. I just don't see those movies. Yeah.
Isn't that the kid from Mighty Ducks? They
don't really?
mention the credits. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That looks like the fat kid from Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. And then it's like, here's rumors of what the plot could be. And has an interview with Michael Bay, talks about Optimus Prime voice actor Peter Cullen because he's reprising his role for the movie. And then just lists all the confirmed characters, which we already know because we read that first section up above. I like how it says, why are there more Decepticons? Don't discount the underdog. In the Yahoo chat, the writers said that the numbers were purposely offset to make for a better battle scene because the Autobots would be at a disadvantage and must join together to win. And there'll also be some cameos to look forward to, like Bernie Mac and Dane Cook.
I don't remember either of those guys in the movie.
Oh, Anthony Anderson actually isn't the guy from Good Burger either. He looks like that guy.
No, that's not him.
Totally not him. So it's not the Mighty Ducks guy either. So that looks like it.
Yeah, it lists all the locations where they're filming and then briefly describes the original animated movie. And then they have their own cast for who they would pick to play the Cybertron characters. So if you guys want to go to page 42, let's see who they would choose for the Autobots and Decepticons to do the voice acting.
This is a joke.
Oh, no.
This
Optimus
is dumb.
Prime. His perfect pick is Leonardo DiCaprio. What? I thought it was going to be The Rock, but I guess that's okay. The pictures don't correlate with the text over here. Okay,
The pictures, yeah, they're separate characters.
It says Optimus Prime, the perfect pick is Leonardo DiCaprio. Megatron would be Jack Nicholson. Bumblebee would be Frank Muniz, and Starscream is James Franco. Jazz would be Sean Puffy Combs, and Ratchet, Shane West, and Ironhide, Michael Chiklis.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. They said he already has a rock Ironhide as the thing in Fantastic Four. Why not an iron one? I guess Jack Nicholson can be maniacal, but...
This sounds like they're just trying to kind of pander to, like, what actors, celebrities people liked back then or something.
Yeah. Well, it also has, it makes up Transformers in the pictures based on celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
So, like making Justin Timberlake into his own transformer called Rapatron.
The Rock is the Rockinator. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rapid
Anyway,
Oh God.
we can do
Terrible.
more of that, and then the rest is just, let's see, talks about the Collectors Club. Oh, that's just a page, and then we get into the comics, Thomas.
This seriously reminds me of my middle school. Well, actually, my high school yearbook too. Did your high school yearbook have a section of just random celebrity junk? Like this is what happened in the year 1996.
They started doing that in high school, where they would start telling you what was going on that year. Well, the fall of that year to the summer of that next year. So when you look back at the yearbook, you'll know what was going on.
Yeah, I just read my yearbook a couple weeks ago for middle school,
Mhm.
and it was like the Oklahoma City bombing, and it just wasn't good.
God, I don't know why they put that out. Yeah, we don't have to read the next section, but it is a little brief little history about the Transformers being in the Marvel Comics, the UK comics, the Dreamwave comics, and then there's a section on the PS2 video game that was coming out at the time.
Oh yeah.
And wait, when did Armada? No, Armada came out when I was in college, so the game is a few years old at this point.
Which one are you talking about?
The one that was based on Transformers Armada, but it wasn't called Transformers Armada on the PlayStation 2. Oh god, that's right. They say that they're working on a video game for the Transformers movies. I have never played those because I have no interest in playing movie tie-in games.
Look at these textures on the game. Look at that tree, like in the first thing next to Game On. It's like,
well, that was made in the year like 2000 something.
That's taking me way back to like not GameCube days, but
yeah,
64, Nintendo 64 days.
Oh, that looks way better than Nintendo 64.
Well, I do remember that battle was pretty cool because you're fighting Tidal Wave, and he's this massive thing in that game.
I mean, that's the reason why I played this, because I was reading it in probably like PlayStation Magazine at the time. This was one of the battles. Like, well, I have to do that.
See, this is the kind of stuff that's kind of cool in books like these, where it would just summarize a lot of different games that are available, that are out there, and like a little history about the comics. All those are kind of cool to have if you're like a kid. But also, a lot of people aren't just going to have the internet and look this stuff up. So for like books like these, but it just seems like kind of rushed in my opinion, but it does seem like the video game and the comic ones at the end are actually kind of interesting. I just don't know if you probably guys don't want to read those though.
This book is pretty terrible.
They do end with a top 10 good and bad Transformers. I don't know what they're basing it on. Is it the figure? No, because they show art.
No.
So they do have Starscream again.
They just made up their own list, it seems like.
Landquake? Okay.
Isn't that just Tidal Wave recolored?
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay. They had Jazz, they had Bumblebee, they had Ironhide, okay.
It says Optimus. Why? Because fans love him.
Landquake's nope.
But Bone Crusher's there again. Using the same
part. Megatron and Galvatron.
I know nothing of Bone Crusher. Starscream Brawl. Okay.
Megatron, he's so ruthless. Transformer addicts can't wait to see what his next move will be. But then Galvatron, his fans love him because he may not be Megatron, but he's just as nasty. Even though, he is Megatron. I don't know why Brawl's in here again in Bone Crusher. That's kind of weird. Starscream isn't even afraid of Megatron, and fans aren't afraid to ask for more of Starscream in Transformer plots. I'm sure we already get enough of him. Please stop, fans.
This book is really, really random. If I had this as a kid, I probably would have taken this book to the bathroom and like flipped through all the stuff and looked at all the pictures over and over and over, and probably not gotten anything out of it. But I think I still might have enjoyed it just because it's so full of random junk, like the video game page, the
this seems like something that
and like, oh my god, the people's costumes in Con are horrible.
This seems like something that they would give away at like at a movie, like some kind of promotional material. But there's too much work that was put into it though. It's 62 pages and it is a decent amount of text. it just wasn't worth it. Like they should have cut this in half. Well, probably cut
Yeah,
out 75% of it actually.
printed it on
Yeah.
like low
And just
quality
handed it away for
paper.
free or something.
This is almost like a book you'd get at a con, just like a really cheap, where it's like the
Thank you
color
for
is barely
registering.
sticking, to the page. Like,
Oh my god.
just made like these pages are made out of like newspaper pages or something. That's what it should be. But
And then it ends with movie reel and lists tie-in toys to the movies, to random pictures for another comic cover I know I have. Yeah, it just ends with the future of what's to come for a brief moment, and then I have the back cover that you would have read that makes you want to buy the thing. Wait, that's not the back cover. That's an interior page followed by the back cover. Okay, I don't know. Well, there's two different texts.
If you're a fan, you'll love this collection of Transformers factoids, movie information, trans history, and more.
Is that on the first or the second text one?
That's the last blurb, this last sentence. And we also get the price, $8.
I don't even remember where I found this book. Did I get this at a thrift store or a Goodwill? I don't think I got it at a Goodwill. I don't ever look in the books section, so I don't even know where I found it.
The publisher also did fine products like 98 Degrees Revelation.
Wait, you mean like the band
The
98
boy band?
Degrees?
Yep.
I'm gonna, and I don't want to make, like, I know we're making fun of it, but I know, like, if you're hired, they might have had like a really tight deadline to make all this and do research and then send it in quickly, and then some
Wow.
poor guy had to take all the words and all these pictures and edit it together, and unless this one person also did all the editing and the page layout, which I don't know if that's the case, but because it doesn't list anyone who worked on the thing. Poor graphic designer not getting any credit if it is. So I looked up her name on Amazon.com, and it shows she also did a Hilary Duff novel.
Okay, I was going to say, is it a full-on novel?
Guess I'd have to see to read. It only has a few books on there. The Real Girl's Guide to Everything That Makes It Awesome to Be a Girl, and the 98 Degrees one you mentioned. Those are the 4 books on here. What is this book? Okay, the Hillary Rocks is just a profile book about her, and it's most likely another unofficial book, I'm assuming. It doesn't say it isn't, so it could be official, for all I know.
Well, I mean, the cover of the Transformers one didn't say it was unofficial until you open it up.
Maybe I can read that on the preview. No preview of this Hillary Duff book.
It is highly rated on Amazon. Well,
Yeah.
7 ratings, 4.8 out of 5.
I just think it's cool sometimes how all these older Transformers writers that we've looked up can also be found on Amazon as writers for the TV shows. When that TV show goes up on Amazon, they'll actually include like almost every writer that ever wrote something on it sometimes.
That's a lot.
I tried to look her up on TF Wiki, but this book doesn't exist in TF Wiki, so I might have to email this to someone and be like, here, host this, put it on this, and I don't know how to do anything on here, so I can't just host pictures on like my website and stuff. So, if anybody's out there and wants these scans of this entire book that nobody in existence has across the internets, look me up and I'll send you this copy. Because no fan of Transformers should be without the know of this amazing unofficial product from 2006.
All right.
Thomas, what was your last impression of this? And be serious. Be legit.
There's a first impression and a last impression. Hopefully not the lasting impression.
I don't know. The collectors like to collect stuff, so they made a thing for them to collect. I don't know.
It's true. It is a thing. I would have liked it as a kid. If it was like, I just had to have Transformer stuff, and that's what I was into.
I mean, I guess there's a lot of imagery and a lot of variety. It's 62 pages.
A lot of official crap for other things. Like I had comics that were, by third parties that I wished belonged to the series and didn't have so many things wrong with them, but
they've got The Rock bearing his chest, so that's a plus.
Oh, that makes me just want to go watch my new Blu-ray I got, which collects all 5 Scorpion King movies into one collection.
There's
five of
5
them?
Scorpion
What?
Kings?
Yeah.
Are
I've
you
actually
talking
Oh,
about
the first
Mummy
one in the
movies
theater.
as well?
Yes, the Mummy movies. He's
Okay, the
only in
Mummy
the
plus
first
Scorpion
movie.
King.
Yes. He's in the
Okay.
Scorpion King one, obviously, but I've seen the second Scorpion King movie, and it was pretty decent, and I've wanted to watch the others, and so I just bought it. So I was like, oh man, I'm gonna watch all these now. Even though that has nothing to do with Transformers, but seeing that made me think of it.
All right, enough about his chest.
But yeah, so I'm just wondering if anything interesting on those comics, but basically it was listing. Oh yeah, IDW started their comics, so Dreamwave was already dead at this point because IDW had already published. I thought I noticed the human character next to Ironhide. I was like, wait a minute. So IDW already started publishing in 2005 once they got the license. So anyway, I know you guys are probably brain dead now after this. I was tempted to only keep this until we did a review of it, but now I'm like, do I want to keep this as something to show people that it exists, or is this just gonna, be an awesome prize to give away on this podcast one day?
Oh, that's true. But it also can be an eBay item now that it's advertised.
Oh my god! Well, how much was it on Amazon? Like $9.99.
Oh, is it on Amazon? Is it like widely available still?
Only one left in stock for $24.80. Oh, or you can buy one used for $1.
I bet it's, I bet it's lightly used though.
Oh, it's in very good condition, guys. So there's 51 options, so you don't have to worry. You can think about it. It's only one copy left that's new. So, if you want to get a pristine copy.
I took it home and put it in the bathroom magazine holder.
I have bathroom reading for your guests when they're over. We hope you've enjoyed this fun look at Transformers, the fun, the fantasy, and the future. I'll have to find a way to get this online somewhere so people can look at it when the podcast actually goes up. Thanks for listening. Sign out. This is Sean.
Really?
Thomas.